Well, 12th of February it is, wherever you're watching from, East Africa and around the world. This is Citizen News at 1. I'm Johnson Mokazi. Now, the Senate committee that has been probing the impeachment of Embu Governor Martin Wambura is today holding its last hearing on the case before embarking on preparing its report. Our senior reporter Jackie Maribe is currently following proceedings at KICC, and she'll be joining us later on to give us the details, what to expect, of course, after that. But in the meantime, let's move on to another story. 4 people suspected of plotting and executing a terror attack at the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport in Nairobi have been released on a 20 million shilling bond. The 4 were released by Nairobi Chief Magistrate Doreen Mulekyo, who said that the prosecution had failed to give enough evidence on why they should not be released. The Chief Magistrate has, however, asked the suspects to produce sureties of similar amounts before their release. Earlier, the prosecution had argued that the suspects were dangerous people and a threat to security. Now, Thika Member of Parliament Alice Nyanga has now called on the government to take action against envoys alleged to have put undue pressure on former International Criminal Court prosecutor Luis Moreno Ocampo. Ocampo is said to have vigorously pursued cases against President Uhuru Kenyatta and Deputy President William Ruto at the ICC in a move aimed at preventing the duo from vying in the last general election. Now, speaking while distributing bursary checks to her constituents at her Thika office, Nyanga added that action should also be taken against Ocampo over his involvement in the cases, which may not have been based on facts. The Thika MP also revealed that she has accepted an apology from Kiambu Governor William Kavoko over his recent controversial remarks that unmarried women should not be given leadership responsibilities.
Mheshimiwa, tumejua ya kwamba rais hakuwa na kesi, naibu wake hakuwa na kesi. In fact, Ocampo tumpeleke kule kwa Bensuda, yeye asimame kwa mbao apatiane maneno yote kinaka ubaga. If you know your mission is not to come to work in Kenya, unataka fitina Kenya, kwa herini ya kuonana warudi kwao. We don't need traitors, do we? No. We don't need traitors in Kenya.
Meanwhile, youth from the Endorois community in Kimoriot, Baringo County, have invaded a 1,200-acre piece of land belonging to the community. The youth allege that the land which had been allocated as squatters is at risk of being grabbed by prominent political leaders from the area. Yvette Mumani has the details.
Tension is high among residents of Tuyo Bay village in Baringo County after approximately 700 youth occupied the land in question. According to their spokesman Paul Chepsoy, they had moved into the land to prevent some politicians they accuse of planning to sell the land which they claimed had been allocated to the squatters.
Andamana kama vijana kutoka Mchongoi. Nia yetu ni moja. Mashamba yote ambayo yako Mchongoi na ni vacant land, kwanza irudishwe kwa jamii.
Chepsoy says the land was legally given to squatters from the Endorois community, but some politicians from the region had allegedly allocated plots to their supporters. This elder weighed in on the issue.
Nikiwa kijana tulienda delegation mpaka kwa Mzee Moi. Mzee Moi aliomba watu kumi kwa kila location. Wale wako huko chini tuwasaidie waingie shamba ya Mchongoi mbogani, sio msituni. Lakini sisi tulipopata mashamba tukapata watu 312, watu 1000 kutoka Kabarnet, Rabin, Pokot, Kabartonjo ndio walinyakua area hii, tukawa masquatter.
Mzee Lorwai said members of the community have been peaceful while demanding for their rights and justice. However, 60 police officers led by Marigat OCPD Otula Kaunya were deployed to the scene to ensure that there was no flare-up of violence. Yvette Mumanyi, Citizen at 1.
Many thanks indeed, Yvette Momani, for that report. Now, a group of women angered by recent appointments of office holders in the Kajiado County Government stormed the opening session of the Kajiado County Assembly and forced the Speaker and the Governor of Kajiado to address their grievances. According to Josephine Nashipai, Maasai women have been sidelined in recent public appointments in the county, and they now want to be given more posts in the administration. In his official response, the Kajiado County Assembly Speaker Johnstone Osoi asked the protesting women to file a petition and hand over their complaints to the Assembly. He promised the matter will be addressed so long as the petition did not violate the Constitution.
Tunasema sisi kama wanawake wa Masai, kama wewe huwezi tukumbuka, basi sisi tutasema hatutakuwa tunachagua wanaume tena, tutaenda na kura zetu tuchague wanawake ndio wakuje watutetee sisi.
Kama assembly yenu ninawahakikishia kama speaker wenu kwamba daima tutawasikiza na tutatenda namna mnavyotaka. Mtuandikie petition, bora iwe katika sheria, maana hatuwezi vunja sheria.
All right, now 70 suspects arrested by police during the Masjid Musa riots in Mombasa appeared before Ashanzo court, facing 7 counts of offences. The suspects were charged with being members of the Al-Shabaab terror group, among other counts. They denied the charges when they appeared before Mombasa Principal Magistrate Richard Odenyo and were remanded until the 26th of this month, when the magistrate will rule on whether to release them on bond. They were among a group of 104 suspects, mainly youths, who were arrested when police stormed the mosque last week. During the raid, police recovered a gun and flags associated with the terror group Al-Shabaab. 33 youths who were also arrested during the incident were released yesterday after police said they had no evidence linking them with terror activities.